I have one question for everybody here tonight. Are the U back? Are they back? They have took care of business, and they took care of business in a big way against another Florida team in the state of Florida, and that is Florida A&M Rattlers in the city of Tallahassee. Also, in the proximity of Florida A&M is Florida State University. One Tallahassee school down, one more to go. But man, first game of the season at Hard Rock, people showed up and they left early because the game was out of reach for the Rattlers. The Rattlers did not score any touchdowns at all in this game. However, for the Hurricanes, they have scored. I want to say they scored about 7 or 8, which is phenomenal. Phenomenal. 0 turnovers, 548 yards total, and 31 first downs for the Hurricanes with a possession time of 34 minutes and 42 seconds. Meanwhile, for Florida A&M, 194 in total yards, 3 turnovers, all of them were interceptions, and only 13 first downs. So, incredible. And Cam Ward, for the first time in school's history, in the first 2 games of the season, he has thrown 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns plus. And plus the rushing touchdown that Cam Ward flew like a freaking Superman. Absolutely phenomenal game. So this video will not be too long at all. Daniel Richardson is Rattlers quarterback, and his first possession, it is a interception from Wesley Besite, with that lunge one-handed grab to start the game for the Hurricanes. And Damian Martinez with 11 yards, that gives us a first down. And Cam Ward passing it to Elijah Arroyo for 17 yards. Quick touchdown, start the game for the Hurricanes. Borregales kicks a PAT, and it's good. 7-0 Miami to start the game off a turnover. Good start so far. Then A&M, they only get 1 first down out of that possession. Next possession, but nothing. There was nothing they could do. They couldn't get there. The Miami's defense, absolutely amazing, phenomenal defense there. Next possession, Martinez starts off with the 4-yard rush. 2nd and 6, Jacoby George with the 1 yard. 3rd and 5, pass complete to Damian Martinez for 15 yards. That's good for a first down. Then first down at the Miami 21. Ward got sacked by Simeon Hines for 9 yards. That's a loss of 9. 2nd and 19. Pass complete to Samuel Brown for 11 yards. 3rd and 8. Pass complete to Riley Williams for 27 yards, going to the 50-yard line. Awesome stuff. And then the very next play at the 50. Cam Ward pass complete to Restrepo, and Restrepo is gone. He is going to the house. Touchdown Hurricanes, and what a play by Restrepo. What a pass by Cam Ward. Perfect to start the game. He has not thrown an incomplete pass up to this very moment. 6 for 6 with all different receivers. Not kidding you. And then what will look like to be a PAT, they decided to go for 2. It feels like a fake field goal. Was it a fake field goal, or was it just a regular 2-point conversion? Either way, Williams with the football, and he was able to push through the defending special teams, and he's in for 2. So instead of making it 14-0, it's 15-0 Miami to start the game off. To start off with the 2-point conversion, the second touchdown. I'm kind of shocked they went with it, and if it clearly fooled the Rattlers, you might as well do it, and they did do it. It's 15-0 Miami. Awesome stuff. Next possession, it's the Rattlers' ball. Daniel Richardson with the pass complete to Carter Johnson for a yard. 2nd and 9. Pass complete to Quan Lee for 29 yards. Defense was trying to play catch up there, and he was able to get there. Kelvin Dean lost 3 yards on a big tackle there by the Hurricanes. Daniel Richardson, the 2nd and 13. Pass complete to Jamari Gassett for 34 yards, and that goes all the way to the Miami 14. Richardson pass complete to Kobe Gross for 10 yards. That's enough for the first down. Thad Franklin rushing in for a yard at the Miami 1. And I'm expecting a touchdown there, but the Hurricanes had different ideas. 2nd and goal, Carter Johnson with no gain. Defense was right there to stop him. Then after that, there was some movement on the Rattlers to trying to get this touchdown, and that was a false start on Thad Franklin Jr. That backs him up 5 yards, and timeout's been called, and to say the least, Franklin with nowhere to go, and their only option is to kick a field goal, which Cameron Gillis was able to convert the 22-yarder. So that was a better case scenario at that time to hold them off for the field goal. Really good defense at the red zone by the Hurricanes. Absolutely amazing. How will they respond for this field goal? Mark Fletcher Jr. rushed for a yard. 2nd and 9. First incomplete pass of the game for Cam Ward. His next play, though, however, Cam Ward passed it to Restrepo for 33 yards. Another incredible play, and that goes to A&M's 41. And that ends the first quarter. Coming out of the end of the first quarter, Cam Ward pass complete to Isaiah Horton, who had himself a game. 27 yards for him. And that goes all the way to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 at A&M 14. Fletcher goes for 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Pass complete to Chris Johnson for 3 yards. 3rd and 5. Once again, passing it to Chris Johnson for 9 yards. And he makes it in for a touchdown. Borgalis this time kicks it for a point. And it's 22-3 Hurricanes. Just like that. Absolutely awesome passing by Cam Ward. Absolutely amazing. That's already 3 passing touchdowns he has made. A&M goes 3 and out. So we move on to the Hurricane side. Hurricanes not pass this time, he rants it. David Martinez for 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Cam Ward pass complete to Samuel Brown for 9 yards. That goes all the way to A&M's side of the field. David Martinez after that rushed for 8 yards, 2nd and 2. Martinez for 6 more yards. 1st and 10, pass complete to Isaiah Horton for 17 yards at the Florida A&M 16-yard line. Then Johnson, next up at the first down, nowhere to go. The A&M's defense was there to stop him, and that's a loss of 5 yards. 2nd and 15, Cam Ward rushed for 8 yards for himself. 3rd and 7, Martinez with 4 yards. 4th and 3, pass complete to Isaiah Horton, and that goes for a touch. That would be a touchdown. However, there was a hold on Bell, which would have been an incredible touchdown. That would have been an incredible touchdown if one or two things were to happen. This was an offensive holding. And so that backs him up 10 yards. But then, for some odd reason, they went to review this. They were going to review this. And they were looking to see if this was the Kansas City and Baltimore Ravens situation, if you guys watched the game on Thursday night. Basically, what happened was, did Horton's toe, it was in bounds? Was it in bounds? It didn't look like it was, though. However, though, this was ruled incomplete anyway. So this would have been a 4-13 anyway. So their only option after that was to kick for a field goal, and the 37-yarder is good. It's 25-3. Awesome. 3 and out. A&M. Nothing to say about that one. The next possession. 4 and outs for the Hurricanes. This time they didn't even attempt to go for. This time they didn't kick another field goal. Instead, they try to go for it, and Cam Ward's pass was incomplete to fail to convert 4th down. Next possession is A&M's ball. With 2 minutes left, there would be a pass complete to Kelvin Dean for 3 yards. There would be a delay game on the Hurricanes because of the fact that I think they were trying to create some kind of distraction and trying to make the Rattlers jump, and the referee saw it and said, "No, that's a penalty." 2-minute timeout. It's called a 2-minute timeout. What should have been in a situation where you would just let the clock run, but for whatever the reasons I cannot explain, Christopher is calling a timeout. Now, in this particular situation, I would have been fine with it if we were trying to get the ball back before the first half ends. But then they make the first down. So now what? Richardson at 3rd down. I know it says 2nd and 2, but really it's 3rd down. Really, it's 3rd down. Pass complete to Quan Lee for 3 yards. So now what? Richardson gets sacked for 7 yards. Awesome. And then Miami calls timeout right there. What are you doing? And then Daniel Richardson pass complete to Ashton Grable for 7 yards. 3rd and 10. Timeout Hurricanes. Why? Just milk the clock. And in the 3rd down play, of course, Jamari Gusset makes a catch. He fumbles it, but the ball rolls out of bounds. So Rattlers keep the ball at the Miami's 43. Which because of this situation. After that, Miami at this point has no more timeouts. I just don't understand why you would call a timeout after the first down play. I don't understand it. I just don't. Penalty on Miami for roughing the passer. That is some whack. That is some stupid call. I mean, there were some calls in this game against the Hurricanes that absolutely were warranted, but this one was not. This was cheesy. This was a cheesy call to make. I would have let that go, honestly. 1st and 10 at the 43. Pass incomplete. 2nd and 10. Richardson runs for 8. 3rd and 2. Pass would complete to Carter Johnson at the 19-yard line. He fumbles the ball, almost recovered by the Hurricanes, but once again, that ball ended up rolling out of bounds. So, with that being said, Cameron Gillis' only option was to kick the field goal, and they would get this field goal to make it 25-6 to end the half. Coming out at the halftime, Hurricanes get the ball to start the second half. Cam Ward starts off with the pass to Restrepo for 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Pass complete to George for 9 yards at the Miami 40. Mark Fletcher runs for 23 yards, just bulldozed through the defending. 1st and 10, pass complete to Jacoby George for 18 yards. Now we're at the red zone. Ward pass complete to Restrepo for 15 more yards, which is amazing. 1st and goal, pass incomplete. Second and goal. Fletcher just powers through. Touchdown Hurricanes to make it 32-6 after the Borregales PAT. Awesome response after that field goal. Awesome. Defense did their job against A&M, in which that would be a 3 and out. An absolute sacked by Elijah Alston for 6 yards. Incredible. And another sack by Tyler Barron for 7 yards. 7 yards against A&M. Awesome to see. Very next possession, though. It only took 3 plays. 3 plays. Because the punt from the Rattlers was awful. It was an awful punt, and that gave the Hurricanes really good field position at the, or actually not quite. Never mind. Forget what I said. That this was the punt earlier. That was a four and out situation. There was a bad punt earlier, but this one was all the way back at the Miami 27. So disregard what I said. I totally had a little break for it. Cam Ward, regardless, it did take 3 plays. Cam Ward pass complete to Isaiah Horton for 13 yards. First and 10, Fletcher runs for 12 yards. That goes to A&M. That goes to A&M 33. Oh my gosh, 48. There we go. And then Damian Williams. I don't know why. I think there was a missing play from this ESPN thing. But anyway, Martinez runs all the way through to touchdown. He's gone to the house. 33 yards to put yet another 6 points on the board. It makes it a 39-6 lead after the Borregales kick. Next possession, Rattlers. Calvin Dean rushed for 29 yards. That goes to the Miami 46. And then the penalty after that was a personal foul on Miami that adds 15 more yards. That goes to the 31. Yeah. So 29-yard play plus the 15 equals 44 yards. They're already trying to knock on a door. Now, Daniel Richardson has been subbed off. He is replaced. He has been replaced by Junior Muratovic. If I butchered, I apologize. But he comes in for Daniel Richardson. His first pass was incomplete. Second play is 2nd and 10 is Kelvin Dean for 4 yards. 2nd and 6 pass complete to Jamar Gassett with no gain. Then couple of plays. Kick was no good. This is a 44-yarder. The kick was no good. However, there was a penalty before the snap, which means they can kick it again for 49 yards, and this time Michael Smith, who is a new kicker, drills it after it was a missed field goal. Awesome. 39-9 right at this point. Next up, Hurricanes goes right back out. And guess what? Another touchdown drive, believe it or not. Cam Ward, still in the game, passing it to Samuel Brown for 11 yards. 1st and 10, pass complete to Isaiah Horton for 9. 2nd and 1, incomplete. 3rd and 1, Damian Martinez, instant first down. 1st and 10, Cam Ward himself would run for 6. 2nd and 4, Damian Martinez rushed up the middle of the game for a yard. Penalty would be on A&M, Florida A&M, which was a personal foul. I think this was a after hit. I don't remember what the penalty was because it doesn't bother to say. But there was a penalty after the play. It seems like, which would ultimately adds more yards into that from the 1 yard, which now will be up at the Florida A&M 11. First play, pass incomplete. 2nd and 10, Martinez rushed for 3 yards. 3rd and 7, Cam Ward decides to run it for himself for 8 yards, and he flew like Superman, and then gets his first rushing touchdown of the season, if I recall. He rushed in there for himself, and he gets it. Touchdown Hurricanes. Borregales 46-9. Another touchdown has been scored on. It was awesome. Next possession, A&M, Florida A&M, 3 and out. 3 and out, baby. Calvin Dean with 2 yards. Loss, and then there will be a punt, and which was incredible. All right, now Cam Ward has been subbed off. protect the players. Now you bring in Reese Puffenberger. Reese Puffenberger. From what I gather, he was a transfer from Albany. I'm going to double check right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Let's go right here. Albany, yeah. They are the Great Danes, University of Albany. So that is a solid transfer backup for Cam Ward, which I did mention. I did mention his name during the preview. I just thought it was interesting. Anyway, he's making his. I believe he's making his debut. I think last week after Cam Ward was Emery Williams. I believe. I have to double check. Reese Puffenberger, nonetheless. There would be a illegal substitution for A&M that will move us forward 5 yards. Now his first snap, Puffenbarger rushed for 9 yards himself. That gives himself a first down. Jordan Lyle for 3 yards. 2nd and 7, there will be a timeout. 2nd and 7 after that. Pass completed. Johisa. I totally apologize if I butchered it. Drider for 4 yards. 3rd and 3. Puffenbarger pass complete to Nikar for 8 yards for a first down. That ends the third quarter. And we go to the fourth quarter. Jordan Lyle for 13 yards. This could have been a touchdown, but that's okay because the very next play, Jordan Lyle gets his first touchdown as a Cane. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely awesome to see that happen. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. PAT is good after Abraham Murray now comes in for Alex. Awesome to see. Now after that, A&M comes out. Dorian Collier rushed for 2 yards. 2nd 8, Collier rushed for 3 yards. 3rd and 5, Muratovic's pass was picked off. It was picked off there, and that would end their drive right away. So second interception of the game for the Hurricanes, and it was a beauty. What did they do in this drive? Nothing. They could not get the first down. I don't know if they wanted Abraham Murray to try to kick a field goal, which he eventually would. But they were trying to gamble for it, and they were not able to. They were not successful. Puffenbarger was trying to get out of that jam, but he just couldn't able to do so. And he was trying to throw it. He tried to throw the football, and it slipped off his hands. They're saying blame the humidity, please. Anyway, 3 and out for the Rattlers in the next drive. There were a couple of penalties. I don't know why I repeated, but nonetheless, there would be a pass to Jolin Howard for 7 yards and an incomplete pass. Not much to comment there. For the next drive took 14 plays. It's mainly Jordan Lyle rushing, and then Puffenbarger trying to rush through. Then he passes to Elijah Lofton for 3 yards. 3rd and 7, Puffenbarger rushed for 9 yards. And eventually they have to make a decision because Puffenbarger was actually sacked by Tyrese Gibson Battles and James Ash. It was a split sack for 7 yards. They just couldn't get to the end zone after the penalty of the false start. So Abraham Murray kicks a 38-yarder, and it's good, 56-9. Rattlers next possession, pass incomplete, 2nd and 10. Collier rushed for 11 yards. That's a first down. Pass incomplete. Collier rushed for 8 yards. 3rd and 2. Collier rushed for 7 more yards. That goes to the Miami 49. 1st and 10 with 33 seconds left. Muratovic's pass was picked off by Andreas Hayes for 25 yards, and that ends the game. Whitley Humphrey with 7-yard rush. Clock hit 0. 2-0 start, and not only a 2-0 start, but a dominant 2-0 start in back-to-back weeks. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that ends Rattlers their longest winning streak of their program history. The only loss within the exception of last season was probably a bowl game. I don't remember what happened, but they lost to USF, the Bulls. So not only we ended their win streak, but we dominated their win streak. It was incredible. All right, when we look at the box score, and I think we did that last week, but when we look at the box score, Richardson and Muratovic, no touchdowns. Instead, 3 interceptions. 1 by Daniel Richardson, which was early in the game, and 2 by Muratovic with 2 interceptions that happened in the fourth quarter. Cam Ward, however, 26 attempts, 20 catches, 304 yards with 3 touchdown passes. Incredible. And Pufenbarger didn't have a bad game. He had 20 yards with the carry of 6 catches. So that was pretty good. Miami's rushing continued to be its absolute best. Four rushing touchdowns, 3 by a running back, which is Damian Martinez, Mark Fletcher, Jordan Lyle, and Cam Ward got himself a rushing touchdown. So he has 4 touchdowns tonight. Incredible. Meanwhile, for A&M, none of them went past 50 at all. So that's incredible. Regarding receivings, Restrepo, 4 receptions with 104 yards with 1 touchdown catch he has made. Incredible. Riley Williams with absolute amazing play that he has made, especially if I forgot if it was him, but I think it was Riley Williams that also made a 2-point conversion to make it 15-0. Elijah Arroyo with a touchdown pass for himself, as well as Chris Johnson Jr. So absolutely awesome by them. There was a fumble loss, which was, I already said that it was a ball slipped off his hands from trying to make a throw. But same thing with the A&M receivers, except both of them, the football rolled out of bounds. Defense, incredible defense. They did not at all whatsoever. They did not at all allow them to make a touchdown. They allowed 9 points, and those were 3 field goals. The interceptions, Basite, which was a crazy good interception, one-handed catch. Cam Pruitt, which was the second interception. And then the third was Adrius Hayes with 25 yards. So that is pretty much it right there. And no interceptions for A&M. Incredible performance by the Hurricanes once again. Man, it's great to be a Hurricane. It really is. Their next game is next week, which is a 3:30 game against Ball State, which is also at Hard Rock. They're the Cardinals. And their last non-conference game goes up to Tampa against USF. I just realized all the non-conference games are in Florida. They're all in Florida. They're in Gainesville, 2 times in Miami, then the West Coast in Tampa, and then back to Miami for an ACC play. So absolutely awesome to see with this one. Yeah, a pretty crazy college football day. Yeah, Iowa State beat Iowa. That's crazy. But I think the biggest one here was Northern Illinois University beating Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana. That's crazy. That is literally crazy to learn that from tonight. Absolutely amazing. One more thing before I wrap this up. A shout out to the Hurricanes volleyball team who took down and made this incredible comeback against the Texas Longhorns, who were the #1 ranked team in the nation. #1 team ranked in the nation. And they did that in an incredible fashion. They were able to get the points in the third set by 2 or more points, because that's the rule of volleyball, and then the rest was history with that one. Incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And in Texas too. So a quick shout out to the Hurricanes volleyball team right there. Anyway, that's good too for this one. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for our content, because Miami Team you guys are back. And what he does, he'll be right there with the entertainment you deserve. Let's go, Canes. Next week is a game against Ball State at ACC Network. So that's going to do it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Good night.